place a blanket onto your sticky mat so that your shins will have some padding, and come to hands and knees, and we'll practice some hip circles. So let your hips fall forward towards the wrists, and then let your hips move all the way to the left, and then all the way back. And continue this big hip circle, taking the hips all the way over to the right, and hips come all the way back to the center, and continue like this, circling. And you can let your elbows and arms and hands and upper spine and head and feet just feel alive and responsive and receptive to these big hip circles. So let your body move as it feels natural. Find a rhythm with your breathing and continue these big circles, taking the hips around and around. Smooth movement here as you breathe. Let your whole body be involved in this activity. Stay open and wide and lifted in the back of your throat. And then circle in the other direction, taking the hips over to the right and back and left and down, going at your own pace here, circling, exploring the outer edges of this circle, exploring the range of motion here. What's possible for you right now? Free your breath here as you move, as you circle. And now for Supta Urdhva Hastasana. Make sure that the flesh of your buttocks is pulled away from the low back, and then stretch your legs out one at a time and reach your arms up overhead but along the floor, and stretch your whole body out in this manner. Open the feet, open the toes, roll your thighs in and ground your thighs down towards the mat, and pull your rib cage long away from the legs. Lengthen and extend your arms. So pull your legs towards the feet and pull your arms towards the hands, and let your abdomen, let your whole midsection, let your lumbar receive that stretch. Breathing here as you stretch the legs and stretch the sides of your belly, stretch the arms. Relax and release any tension that's unnecessary as you lengthen, and then bend your knees and come back to neutral. And now lay down on your back for a pose that I call windshield wiper. Have your knees bent and feet flat, feet pretty wide, wider than the sitting bones. Neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Stretch your arms out to the sides at shoulder height. And then walk your feet even closer to your sitting bones and even wider. And then keeping your feet planted, lower your knees down to the right. And enjoy this gentle twist as the right knee falls more to the right and the left knee falls more to the right. Slide your shoulder blades down your back and lengthen your spine. And feel the position of the pelvis relative to the spine. And feel the position of each femur relative to the hip sockets. And then lift your knees back up to the center, feet staying grounded, and lower the knees over to the left side, letting the femurs move in the hip sockets, letting left knee heavy falling to the left, right knee heavy falling to the left, and enjoy the spinal twist. Get longer in your trunk here as you breathe. And then inhale back to the center and exhale your knees over to the right side. Inhale your knees up to the center and exhale the knees over to the left side. And then inhale back up and continue like this, moving and breathing together. And especially focus on the movement of the heads of the femurs in the hip sockets. Continuing. And see if you can go a little deeper into the pose in the next couple of rounds. And then come up to center. And start on your back again here for a simple outer hip stretch. Knees bent and feet flat, starting with a neutral pelvis. And for a moment, take your arms overhead along the floor, lengthen the armpits and the elbows. Extend the spine long and take a deep inhalation. Let the pelvis be heavy and relaxed. Be grounded in your feet. And then take your arms out to the sides and cross your right ankle over your left knee. And let the right knee open out to the right. And then lift the left foot up off the floor, which will bring your whole right leg closer to your chest. And then grab onto the back of the left thigh, so grab onto the hamstring close to the knee with both of your hands. So the right hand will go in the hole between the right leg and the left leg. And think of pressing your right knee away from your chest as you bring the right shin bone towards your collarbones. Press the right thigh away from the abdomen. And breathe into this sensation here. Pull your left knee and right ankle closer into your chest to deepen the stretch. Still pressing the right thigh and knee away from your chest. And then release and come to center, both feet on the mat, arms out to the sides, and cross the left ankle over the right knee, keeping the left knee open. And then start to take the right knee and left ankle towards the chest as you grab onto the right hamstring with both hands, left arm reaching in the hole between the left thigh and the right thigh. And keep pressing the left knee away from you. And that's happening because the femur is turning in the hip socket. So you're finding a deep external rotation in the hip socket in order to stretch the deep hip rotators. And pull the right knee and left ankle closer into your chest. Stay long in your spine here. Don't harden or push the abdomen, but stay long in the lumbar, long in the thoracic spine. Breathing deeply here. Breathing into the sensations, relaxing into the stretch that you feel. And then release the right foot down and the left foot down. Stretch your arms out to the sides. Relax and lengthen the belly. Rest in neutral. Now we'll do belly rolling pose with a block. Laying on the back to start. Place the block between your knees, knees over hips, shins parallel to the floor. Stretch your arms out to the sides, wake up your feet. Spread the arms, inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, lower the knees down towards the right hand, squeezing the block. Pull the belly to the left, slide the shoulder blades down the back, press the backs of the hands into the floor, squeeze the block between the knees and lower the knees down a little more to the right as you roll the belly left. Stretch the left arm to the left, and then inhale, come back to center. Squeezing the block, and exhale, take the knees over to the left arm. Reach the right arm to the right, wide through the arms, shoulder blades down the back. Pull the belly to the right. Roll the belly to the right as the legs go left. Long spine here, and then inhale back to the center. And exhale the knees over to the right side, squeezing the block. Belly recedes back and slides to the left. And then inhale to the center. Exhale, take the knees over towards the left elbow as the belly rolls to the right. And inhale back to center. Exhale, recede and scoop the belly as it rolls left as the knees go right. Inhale, center, squeezing the block. Exhale, let the belly recede and roll to the right as the legs go to the left elbow. Nice and even and wide through the arms, and continue like this again to each side. Shoulder blades sliding down the back, long in the anterior spine, connecting the outer knees in towards the inner knees, towards the block. Stretch the elbows, open the hands, hug your shoulder blades into the rib cage. And then lower the feet back down to the floor and relax here. Smooth inhalation and exhaling. Remove the block from between your knees and rest in neutral. Now we'll practice a version of corpse pose called dead man pose. So make a loop in your strap and step your feet through the loop, and then tighten up the strap so that your knees are strapped together fairly snugly. And then start to lay down on your back and set up the flesh of your buttocks so that it's pulling away from the lower back, so the buttocks is releasing towards the feet side. And now make your feet quite wide, so the feet are as wide as your sticky mat, and point your toes in slightly so you're a little bit pigeon-toed. And then slide your shoulder blades down your back and take a nice deep breath in to lengthen your spine and let your arms and hands relax. And just let the femur bones relax here. So the femurs are relaxing into the hip sockets. Smooth, steady breath here. And now start to draw your knees in towards your chest so that you can reach for the strap. Loosen it up a little bit and then take the strap off your legs. And roll onto your side and come on up.